If you've got charge-offs reporting on your credit or your clients and you're just disputing them like collections, you're missing the most powerful strategy to get them deleted. In this video, I'm breaking down how to legally challenge charge-offs using consumer law and factual disputes that actually work. Let's start by talking about what a charge-off actually is. A charge-off is not the same as a collection. It's not a third-party debt. It's when the original creditor has written off the debt as a loss, but continues to report it to the credit bureaus. That means it's still owned by the original lender. And because of that, it's held to stricter legal reporting standards than a collection account. Here's what that means for you. The creditor has to be extremely accurate in how they report that account. If they're not, you can dispute it and potentially force a deletion even if the account is technically legit. There are three key laws that give you legal leverage when it comes to disputing charge-offs. First is the FCRA, the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Section 611 gives you the right to dispute any inaccurate or incomplete information. Section 607B requires data to be maximally accurate. And Section 623 requires furnishers to update or delete data that cannot be verified. Second is the Truth in Lending Act. It applies if there are errors in how interest, fees, or balances are reported. And finally, FACTA, the Fair and Accurate Credit Transactions Act. You have the right to receive and review all consumer report data maintained by a data furnisher, and it must be correct and complete. These laws together create a framework that requires creditors to report data that is not just generally accurate, but specifically and factually correct in every detail. Here's the biggest mistake people make when disputing charge-offs. They treat them like collections and send basic disputes with no real substance. Here's an example of that. This account is not mine, or please verify this account. That kind of language won't get you far with charge-offs. Instead, you need to challenge specific, verifiable errors in the way the account is being reported. These are called factual disputes, and they are your best weapon against a charge-off. Before you send a dispute, you need to audit the way the charge-off is reporting. Here are the most common reporting violations and inaccuracies to watch for. First, payment history after a charge-off. Once an account is charged off, it should not show new payment activity unless payments were actually made. If there's payment history showing up after the charge-off date, but your client didn't pay anything, that's a violation. Second, incorrect balance. Creditors often continue to report the full charge-off balance without deducting payments or settled amounts. If the balance isn't updated after a payment or settlement, that's inaccurate reporting. Third, wrong date of first delinquency. This date determines how long the account can stay on the report. If it's reported incorrectly, the account could be on the report longer than allowed. And fourth, reporting as open instead of closed. Once charged off, the account should not report as open. It should report as closed, period. If it's marked open or past due while also charged off, that's contradictory. Fifth, incorrect status codes. Status codes must align with the charge-off. If the account is marked as 120 plus days late with no charge-off day, or if the status jumps around from month to month, it's inconsistent. Sixth, duplicate reporting. Some charge-offs are listed under the original creditor and also under the debt buyer without a balance update. If both show a full balance, that's double reporting and it's inaccurate and illegal. Each one of these errors is a reason to file a dispute based on factual inaccuracy under the FCRA. Now let's walk through the dispute process step by step using legal and factual foundations that we just laid out. Step 1. Review and document the errors. Use a detailed credit report to compare how the charge-off is being reported across all three bureaus. Document all discrepancies in dates, balance, payment history, and status. Draft a factual dispute letter. Do not use generic templates. Your letter should reference specific violations like this account shows a balance after charge-off with no record of payment. This is factually incorrect. The account is marked as open despite showing a charge-off date. Per Metro 2 guidelines, a charged-off account must be closed. The date of first delinquency is missing or inaccurate, which impacts the 7-year reporting period. Please update or delete. And step 3, mail to each bureau reporting the error. Go ahead and mail the letters to each one of the 3 credit bureaus disputing the charge-off. Include your documentation, clearly marked and highlighted where the errors exist. Step 4, track the timeline. Credit bureaus have 30 days to respond under FCRA Section 611. If no response or an incorrect response is received, follow up or escalate. More on that a little bit later. So let's say you file your dispute and the bureau comes back saying the account is verified. Well, what now? That just means that data furnisher confirmed that the information is correct. It does not mean the information is correct or legally compliant. So here's what you can do next. You can read dispute with amplified language, reference your original dispute, restate the error, and include stronger legal citations like FCRA Section 611 and Section 623. Call out that the bureau failed to correct inaccurate information and is now knowingly reporting incorrect data. And you can also file a complaint with the CFPB. Use a CFPB platform to submit a formal complaint against the credit bureau and the data furnisher. Outline the timeline, your dispute details, and all of the violations. You can also file a notice of intent to litigate if needed. If the violation is clear and the credit report continues to show incorrect data, send a formal notice of intent to sue. Most companies will either correct the record or delete the account rather than risk legal litigation. Now, here are some key principles to remember. Every charge-off must be 100% accurate, 100% complete, and 100% verifiable. You don't need the account to be invalid to get it removed. You just need the reporting to be flawed. The more precise your dispute, the more pressure it applies. Generic letters don't work. Legal, fact-based arguments do. If this is the level of strategy that you're looking for and you want to build a business around real credit repair, not generic templates, this is exactly what we teach inside the CRO Bootcamp. You'll learn how to get real results for your clients using consumer law, factual disputes, and proven business systems to scale your business to $10,000 per month by enrolling 100 new clients in 100 days guaranteed. So if you'd like to learn more about the CRO Bootcamp, click the link below this video and I'll catch you on the next one.